Hi, hello beautiful people. My name is Lauren and welcome back to my channel. And today I'm finally doing a book haul that is long overdue. So I haven't personally been buying very many books. I've been buying a few here and there, and truly I'm not even sure if this is all the books that I have not officially hauled on my channel or not, because it has been so long since I've done one officially. I've been opening some books for my friends and like vlogs and stuff, and truly I don't even know which ones of these are in vlogs, simply because I scrapped a few vlogs here and there over the last few months, and it's just been hard for me to keep up with what I need to haul. So with that being said, I do have 15 books over here to my right, and they are a mixture of book of the month books, a couple that I have bought myself, and then the rest are from my friends in the Citadel, of course. So let's go ahead and talk about them, because I end up talking a lot and this video is going to be longer than it probably should for just 15 books. So I think I'm going to go ahead and start with my book of the month books. I have like half of those are book of the month books. I've been trying to limit myself to only one book from book of the month each month, because I have been very bad about adding in those two add-ons, and while they're very, very cheap for new release, sometimes early release hardbacks, I'm still trying to preserve some money, because, you know, times are a little tough. But let's go ahead and talk about my book of the month book. First, I have Malibu Rising by Taylor Jenkins Reid, and this I know is somehow connected to Evelyn Hugo. It follows the children of one of her husbands. I have not read anything from Taylor Jenkins Reid, but I know that she is a well-beloved author here on BookTube. People really, really love her characters especially, and love her stories. So I felt this was a great summer read. Of course, I have not picked it up yet, but I'm definitely planning to. I do want to read The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo before I get to this one, just so I have that kind of background knowledge. I'm excited about this one. I know that we follow the three kids of Reba, I think, and there is just kind of like some family drama. They're, you know, they're elite. They live in Malibu, and there's like this build up to a party where this huge thing is supposed to happen. And that's pretty much all I know about it. I literally picked this up simply because it was highly anticipated by so many people, and so many people have said they enjoy Taylor Jenkins Reid's stories. So here we are, I own it now. And then next I have Sisters in Arms by Kaya Alderson. So this is one that I kind of got last minute. A friend and I were talking about the books for this particular month, and that we weren't particularly interested in either of them, and then someone mentioned to us that this book was getting really good reviews, and I dug a little bit deeper into it. And this follows two women in the very first all Black women battalion in the United States, and that's pretty much all I know about it. I don't know that it's necessarily a true story. I think it's just inspired by those events, and so I thought that was really, really cool. And like she said, the reviews on this have been really, really great so far, so I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. And then my most recent selection from book of the month is The Inheritance of Orchidia, Levina, and I don't know much about this story at all, except that it maybe follows some family drama when their matriarch passes away, and there is like inheritance involved. Obviously, that's literally all I know. This was something that I hadn't heard about, but I do know that Zoraida Cordova wrote Incendiary, which is one that I have on my physical TBR that I need to read. And so her name on the cover caught my eye, plus this stunning cover really caught my eye. This was definitely a cover buy for me when I opened up book of the month that month. So I'm looking forward to getting to this one as well. I feel like this is one that I might pick up before the end of the year, because it feels kind of like a fall cozy read, something that I could read pretty quickly. It's not very thick, so we'll see. And then next I have Rock, Paper, Scissors by Alice Feeney, and this is a thriller that I've been hearing a ton of stuff about. Alice Feeney is a pretty well-known thriller author, but I've seen a lot of people really hyping this particular thriller up and saying that it's really, really good. One of my friends in the Citadel, as a matter of fact, had an arc of it and she gave it 5 stars, so I'm super looking forward to this one. I don't know what the plot is. I'm assuming it's kind of wintry. It looks very wintry, so this may be something I pick up in December. So it is about a couple who has gone away for an anniversary weekend. It says they both know this weekend will make or break their relationship, but they didn't randomly win this trip. One of them is lying, and someone doesn't want them to live happily ever after. So it sounds like it's going to be kind of an isolated domestic thriller, maybe some psychological things thrown in there, maybe some unreliable narrator things. So we'll see. I'm really excited about this one as well. And then next I have probably my most anticipated read of this year, and it is Survive the Night by Riley Sager. Now, Riley Sager is probably my favorite thriller author. He is one that I read when I was first getting into thrillers. I was obsessed with Final Girls. A friend of mine, we both read the book and we didn't see the plot twist coming. We thought the book was great, but I have seen some not so great things about this book. But I did see a redeeming review of this book by Haley Hughes. She really loved the book. She thought that it was done really well. So I am looking forward to this one still. I definitely lowered my expectations a little bit after seeing so much negativity around it, but I think it's going to be great. So looking forward to getting to that very, very soon. And then another one that I had been anticipating this year is The Maidens by Alex Miguelaides. Now, I read The Silent Patient before I was even really into BookTube. I got it from Book of the Month, and I was not as wowed by it as other people was. The character of Theo being inside his head really, really bothered me. And so I drugged the book on for a really long time and ended up not being as enjoyable as it probably would have been if I had been faster at reading it. The Maidens is by the same author, and this has a more dark academia feel. We are on a school setting. I believe there is like this group of people who are kind of idolizing this professor. They call themselves the Maidens, and these maidens start dying, or at least one of them has died, and there's like a mystery surrounding it. This girl, our main character, thinks that the professor is responsible for it, I believe. And I do know that several people have said that there are little tidbits that connect to The Silent Patient here, so I'm kind of interested to see if I catch those, since it has been a while since I read that. But I've seen some really good things about this, and since I didn't enjoy The Silent Patient as much, I'm hoping that I enjoy this one even more. We shall see. Next, we have probably one of the most anticipated horror releases of the year, and that is The Final Girl Support Group by Grady Hendrix. And I got this little Cleaver bookmark to go with it when I bought this. I got this from a local pop-up bookstore here in Arkansas, and so I was very excited that they had this, and the Cleaver was perfect, obviously. But in The Final Girl Support Group, we follow a group of final girls who have each survived their own tragedies. They were the last ones standing, and they have made this kind of support group in secret to support one another and have this place that they can talk to with other people who understand what they're going through. And then the final girls start dying off or not showing up, and so there's a mystery to try to figure out who is coming after them. I've seen several people say there are tons of shout outs to the old time like 80s and 90s scary movies, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how many of those I can catch, because I know I really did love those as a kid. And this is something that is perfect for this time of year, and I'm really excited about it. I know some people have had some issues with this, and this isn't necessarily their favorite Grady Hendrix, but I'm not too critical when it comes to these things, so I think I'm gonna really like this one. So this is another one that I bought myself, and it is Blackout by Danielle, Clayton, Tiffany D. Jackson, Nicola Yoon, Nick Stone, Angie Thomas, and Ashley Woodfolk. So this is obviously a sort of anthology. I think it's one big story that kind of connects within these individual stories that each author has written, and it is surrounding Black love in a blackout in New York City. And I was really anticipating this one. It's super tiny and so cute, and Under the Dust Jacket is gorgeous. So I am really looking forward to this one, and this is one that I've actually been planning on picking up for a while because the audiobook is also really short. I'm looking forward to getting to this pretty soon. Now, the next ones I have are from my lovely friends in the Citadel. Most recently, I got Twice Shy by Sarah Hogal from my friend Rihanna, and I thank you so much for Rihanna for sending this to me. It was a total surprise. I was not expecting it. And I opened this in a vlog that is currently not up, but should be up before this book haul goes up. But this follows a girl who has inherited a house from either her grandma or her aunt or something like that. And when she gets there, she finds the house is a total mess. It definitely needs a facelift. And she enlists the help of a man who has construction knowledge, obviously, and then a romance ensues. And I can't remember if he also is an inheritor of this house or not. I want to say there's like more than one book with this similar plot that's come out recently. I could just be like imagining that, and this could be the only one. But either way, this is just a really cute romance that I'm ready to read. I've never read any of Sarah Hogal's works, and I know a lot of people love her romance, so looking forward to this one. And the next 2 books I have are from the same author, and they are The Switch by Beth O'Leary and The Flat Share by Beth O'Leary. And these came from Victoria and Diana, and I am so appreciative of these. I saw a few people in the Citadel talking about these particular books. Beth O'Leary has another one too that's called like The Road Trip or something, and people were talking about how much they really enjoyed that, so I added all 3 to my wish list, and I'm very excited to read these. I'm pretty sure The Flat Share is about a girl who is looking for an apartment, and she decides to share an apartment, cohabitate in an apartment with a man, and they fall in love perhaps. And then The Switch is one that I am not entirely sure what this is about. So The Switch really reminds me of The Holiday that had Kate Winslet and Cameron Diaz in it, where they swap homes and then they each find their own like little love story. So that's kind of what this situation is. They end up swapping homes for 2 months, and I guess maybe they each find love. I don't know. I would think so. It says, will swapping lives help Eileen and Lena find themselves and maybe even find love? So we shall see. I know some people really enjoy these and some people don't, so we'll see what I think. Oh, and I forgot to say that Diana that sent me The Flat Share also has a YouTube channel, Diana Reads Books, and I will be sure to link her below, so definitely go check her out. And then next 2 books I have are from Mel over at Mel Reads. She sent me The Magic Fish by Trung Lee Nguyen. Ooh, I've butchered that, I'm sure, and I apologize for it. This is a graphic novel that is super cute. The art is lovely. So it says, real life isn't a fairy tale. In fairy tales, the prince falls in love with the princess, but Tien has a different story to tell. His parents are refugees struggling to learn English, and he doesn't know how to come out to them in Vietnamese. If he doesn't even have the right words, how can he ever know if his parents will accept him? The answer is in fairy tales, a language that Tien and his parents share. Tien learns from his favorite stories as he navigates the world with the help of friends, family, and fairy tales. So it looks like this is about a Vietnamese boy who is trying to come out to his parents, and he is trying to do it in a way that will help them both understand and make sure things go positively for him. I'm really looking forward to this. I have definitely been trying to get into more graphic novels. I haven't read very many. I believe that my friend Day in the Citadel is the one who highly recommended this one. She said this is one of her favorites, and so I had added it to my wish list, and I'm so appreciative of Mel for sending it over. And then the other one is Amari and the Night Brothers, and this is just a middle grade that I have seen no one say any bad things about. I really am excited to get to this one, and I think that this time of year is going to be perfect for me to dive into it. But in Amari and the Night Brothers, we have Amari, whose brother goes missing, I believe, and then she kind of gets wrapped up into this world of magic. There's some kind of like magical bureau, and she discovers her own powers, and it's just a story that revolves around Black girl magic and her kind of coming into her own and feeling powerful. And like I said, I've just heard really great things about it, and I was so excited when Mel sent this over to me, and I am just so thankful that she did that. And then next I have Birthday Girl by Penelope Douglas, and this came from Sydney at Sydney Page Books. I will link her below. So I have read this one. It is one of my favorite romances, and in Birthday Girl we follow a girl who is having some financial troubles with her not so great boyfriend, and they end up having to move in with his dad that he is semi-estranged from. He doesn't have the greatest relationship with him, and she has never met him before. And so they move in with him, and things happen, and she ends up with the father of her boyfriend. And it's not as weird as it sounds. It's definitely not weird. So there is an age gap. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily comfortable with that, but it didn't feel like that. Our main character in the story is very mature for her age, so you didn't really notice that age gap, but this is like slow burn A+. Like, I just really loved it. The moment that they finally come together is so satisfying, and I definitely recommend anyone who loves romance to pick this one up for sure. And thank you so much, Sydney, for sending me this. I'm so excited to have it officially on my shelves. Finally, I have The Lovely War by Julie Berry. This is one that I have been wanting to read for a long time. One of my favorite books is Eve's Daughters by Lynn Austen. It is a historical fiction, and I know that this one has some historical elements too, with like some Greek mythology things kind of going to it. I believe that it takes place during a war, and there is a love story going on, and it is told by the gods, I believe. I will say I did not realize this book was so thick, but I am definitely excited to have this, and this came from my lovely friend Yaya, and I was so excited when I got this one because I just really love this cover, and I just have a really great feeling that I'm going to really love this book as well. Well, there you have it, guys. That is the 15 books that I really needed to do a haul for. It's been just a long time. These books have been sitting on my shelf waiting to be hauled, and I just figured it had been too long since I'd done one. I needed to go ahead and do it. But to make the haul official, let's go ahead and put Birthday Girl, the one book I have read from this haul, on my shelf. And I'm going to add it with my favorites because, like I said, it is one of my favorite romances. So let's just scoot it over. I want it to be behind here because it's a little taller than the Romance Book Club. And there we go. There, looks perfect. So as always, thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to check the description. All of my socials are there, as well as some resources. The Book of the Month link, if you are interested in any of these titles, you can get them if you use the link below and get your first book for $9.99, which is a fantastic price for a brand new release hardback, let me tell you. And also be sure to check out the people I mentioned who have channels. Their links will be below as well. And thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, bye.